What's going on, folks? Locky Late Night, episode number 26. It's been a minute since I actually did one of these. Can't recall the last one when I did it. Regardless, this time around, I had to bring some guests. And what better guests than the guys of the Chronic Combat Conversation Squad,
Mhm.
my guys, Guru and TB. What's going on, fellas?
Absolute pleasure to be on, man. Locky late night. Just the perfect vibe for us personally. We got some late night weigh-ins. Why not chat it up and figure out exactly where our chips are gonna fall here, right? Because we've got most of the information we need to place our bets, but might as well get that last taste.
Yeah, Tyler, what are you feeling about these weigh-ins coming up, man?
Oh man, let me tell you, with the MLB playoffs going on, I felt like we got called into pinch hit here, and we're ready to hit a home run, baby. Let's go.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
I'm pumped, dude, because I feel like sometimes with the Abu Dhabi stuff, everyone seems to be like on point because they traveled. It's a weird time, like you seem to get everyone in a rush. So I'm hoping we get a nice flow here, and I'm excited, man. That what we're one sleep away, like well, I guess two sleeps away technically for us.
For us.
Yeah, exactly. 2 sleeps away. Like, so tomorrow I'm going for like a birthday dinner at a Brazilian steakhouse, and my boy was like, "We doing
Nice.
something afterwards?" I'm like, "Nah, dog. I'm going to bed. I want to wake up at like 9 a.m., 8 a.m. and just start getting fucked up and start drinking and getting ready for the fights." So yeah, I'm looking forward to the morning fights. Like, what do you guys think about the morning fights though? Like, are you guys down with that, or would you prefer it to be in the evening?
So me personally, I'm probably in the minority in this aspect, but I block off my day so well that I generally don't have too much to do other than get my picks out there, get a little litty and watch the fights. So generally like that 4 p.m., 6 p.m. start time doesn't really bother me personally. With that being said, I spend my whole day waiting for the fights. Um,
Bingo.
with that still being said, 10 a.m. is a little early for you, boy.
Ah, come on, Tyler.
Uh,
What about you?
I love it. So me, I'm a psycho. I play basketball at 5 a.m. to 7 a.m.
Wow.
on like a couple days a week basis. So like for me, you wake up, you play ball, you come home, take a little nap, and as you're opening your eyes at 10 a.m., you got violence. I mean, what could be better than that, man? So I love that shit. So actually, yeah, I mean, tomorrow morning I'll be out there balling, man. So I couldn't turn down the call even when we got it, man. I was like, you know what? You know what? I was like, took a little nap earlier, took another little nap. I was like, we're ready to go, man. Can't turn it down.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. No, dude, I love morning fights. They used to have like events in like the Philippines and Macau, and those times they'll do a prime time their time. So it'll be like 8 a.m., 10 a.m. starts like fight nights just randomly back like a couple years ago, maybe 5, 6 years ago. But I love that shit. So I love this morning stuff where you wake up. What Guru was saying there in terms of you just wake up and you don't have to wait as long for the fights to fucking start. That's the big thing that I'm psyched about. I'm gonna have me a nice hearty breakfast and then get started on the drinking. Like,
What's your,
Nice.
what's your go-to breakfast for before you start drinking, right? Because you can't say you've been drinking all day unless you start in the morning.
you're right.
Mm,
This is the thing. I've never really like since college. I haven't really drank in the morning slash
Yeah.
day before. Like, I'd
oh
rather just burn,
baby,
right? But I want to get crunk. Like, I don't know if you. I
let's
think you guys have
go.
seen, but it is my birthday on that Saturday as well. So I'm
Yes,
like,
it
I might as
is.
well
Wow.
have an extra reason to just get more turned up. So,
So,
um,
in case we don't chat, happy premature birthday, my friend.
Yes.
appreciate it.
Really happy to
Thank you
get to
guys.
spend that with you.
Hell yeah,
So
man!
that's
This is a
super
big fight
exciting.
week, man, and I think that this was a
Huge fight
great
card of the
decision.
year,
Yeah, yeah, no, exactly, for sure, for
dude.
sure.
You know what? I'm gonna smoke one
Go
to you,
for it.
man. Happy birthday,
Thank you,
for
guys. I
real.
appreciate it. I might as well hit my
Let's
pen
go.
since I brought it along.
Let's go.
Shout out to the Green King 220 of the chat. I wonder what the green means.
Oh
Probably
baby.
appropriate for this stream.
Oh yeah. You know the
You know you
chronic
got to be.
combat boys love that.
Yeah, the boy. So before we went live, I was gonna ask you guys a question, and then I'm like, I'd rather do this on stream. So I was gonna ask you guys, what bets have you guys settled on? We got 5 minutes into the sorry, we got five
Yes.
minutes until the weigh-ins kick off first. So let's try to work ourselves up to it. Once the weigh-ins start, then we'll pay attention to the weigh-ins. But
For sure.
quick gloss over what your bets are, and then we can expand upon it probably later on as we get some lulls. But right off the bat, strongest take. What are you guys liking this weekend?
TV, you go first, man. I'll defer
All
to
right.
you.
So I actually put together a little thing for us, and me. I've been loving these round robins, so it's beautiful because I was actually prepared for this question today. So I got five dogs that I'm looking at that I'm going to be putting together as like I got to play each individually and then round robin them. Keep it light on the round robin, but it gets so much fun like when you start hitting a few. So overall, I got TJ Dillashaw's one. Then we got another is Volkan Uzdemir. Another is going to be Bilal Muhammad. Another Kevin Chukagian. And finally, one that I'm happy to throw in Guru. I'm not sure if we'll come around fully on it, but little Omar Gadzhiev. Like, I don't know. It just seems like it's proper. So I got listen, I'm not saying that one's so maybe four confident and one like, as a guru would say, grandma's couch cushions. Sometimes you go take a visit to grandma and you find an extra couple pieces of change in the couch. That's what you would put on like Omar Gadzhiev. But that's what I'm looking at.
There's a lot of live dogs. Like honestly, I could say that all of those fighters that you said were live. Myself, I am on the first two that you mentioned. The other three I've picked against, but I can see how those guys are live, and I wouldn't be surprised if they ended up winning. There's no way I was going to play the other side. But this is a fight card with, I believe it was 11 of 13 matchups with minus 175 favorites or higher.
Yeah.
But a lot of these guys are like solid dogs, like the Uzdemirs, the Dillashaws, even one that I'm not predicting to win, but you guys chose Bilal Muhammad. That guy is live too.
Yeah,
We usually don't give that guy enough respect. Go ahead.
Bilal, like, and as far as dogs go, there is not a confidence level I feel as good about as far as looking at at least pre-tape, like right before this, or not pre-tape, post-tape, but pre weigh-ins, is Bilal Muhammad and Volkan Ozdemir. Man, I feel really, really good about that. We highlighted it on the show at Chronic Combat. Make sure you guys check it out. I felt like Bilal that whole fight's going to come down to one specific thing, and that's going to come down to the pace, right? And I don't think that Sean Brady has seen anybody with the striking pace, or especially the wrestling pace of Bilal Muhammad. And I think that relative activity over 15 minutes in the hometown, home crowd vibes for Mr. Bilal here. What I'm hearing, what I read, like he's asking for Hamzat, man. That the wrestling is just so good, and you saw him beat Michael Chiesa. Chiesa went for one takedown, and he got it, mind you. But if you would have told me before that fight, okay, Michael Chiesa's not gonna wrestle, what's gonna happen now? I'd be like, dog, like, come on, Fraser, of course he can win that fight. That's not a good. That's not good. And then similarly with Ozdemir, right? Ozdemir's shown such good grappling. Rakik went
Defensively.
Right. Rakik went 1 of 9 on him. Like, that's so
that's a big one to me as well. Yeah, I'm glad that you pointed that one out.
Impressive. So for him, so if he can keep this fight standing with Kroylov, what has Kroylov done? Like, since when is he trustworthy? He's lost like 4 of his last 6. KOing the ghost of Alexander Gustafsson doesn't do it for me.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. The one concern I do have, and this is coming from somebody who does have a play on Uzdemir, I believe he has a path to victory here that's worthy of plus 150, is if he does shuck off the takedowns, the output on the feet. Is he going to be able to pick it up? Is he going to land things significant enough that would sway the judges compared to the possible output advantage that Krylov might have? That's absolutely on the table. So that is something I'm realistic about, but I feel like sometimes we could see Krylov get a little bit reckless on the feet. And I think No Time still has no time. Like, I still think he has that power that just needs to connect at the right time. It's been a while, but Krylov is one of those guys that could potentially clip and get out of there as well. And again, I like his ability to keep fights standing. I think Krylov will struggle in that aspect. So, yeah, very intriguing fight. So it looks like we're about a minute from the weigh-ins kicking off. So I'm looking at the 2 streams that we got up. We got MMA Junkie, that's off to the left side, and then we got the Underground, which is off to the right side. So we don't have a straight on shot. We have 2 different angles. I think the UFC show might be like sometimes I swear they don't show all, like they don't show everything. They just tune into the desk way too much, and I don't know.
Maybe I'm just partial
have both
towards
of them.
Laura Sanko. I do love the
Shout
UFC
out to
weigh-in
Laura
show.
Sanko.
I love her. She's fantastic. So brilliant. Just one of the really sharp minds.
Oh yeah, she does her tape studying. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
She does her tape studying. All right, so the weigh-in should be kicking off momentarily here. I believe I'd be surprised if Charles Oliveira wasn't the first fighter on the scale. Let's just put it
Agreed.
that way.
Agreed.
And I already see his coach on the right side of the stage. So
Here you go.
Here we go, Charles.
Yeah, really, really exciting stuff here.
Let's see.
Oh, here we go. Here he is. Oh, he looks good.
154.5
There you go.
for Charles Oliveira.
Yeah, he looks excellent. He looks excellent.
Good
Yeah.
for him, man.
He was ready for that.
Yeah. I don't think him being prepared was going to be an issue this time. I think, I just felt like that's not what he's facing against Islam here. It's a different battle, not being prepared or not,
The mental battle is over. I mean, in terms of, I think he knew he could make the weight, like you're saying. Beating Justin Gaethje the way he did in Justin Gaethje's hometown, impressive, or home state. So
I really want to dig into this fight with you guys. I want to, but we'll wait a little bit to dig right into it. But
oh my goodness,
wow,
Islam looks in great shape.
Yeah,
confidence beaming.
Yeah,
154.5.
Wow,
looks in incredible shape.
Possibly the best shape we've seen him in.
Statement.
Let's go, Islam. Let's go.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't even talk about the favorites we had. I mean, we'll keep it light because we know there's going to be a big rush here to start. But there's definitely some favorites we were interested in too. I just gave you guys the juicy picks. So
I think we're agreeing on this favorite right here.
And then let's see, who do we have next coming?
By the way, I'm just quickly peering over at the MMA Junkie live chat, and somebody just message first round your mom. Like that's the type of humans you're dealing with in those types of streams. All right, Carol Hossa up next.
Wow.
Carol Hossa. I love to see that because I don't know who's ever used this term before, but she's like my lock of the night. You know what I'm saying?
155. Yeah, I know. I do like her a lot here. I personally like her a lot in the spot.
Yeah.
Like this is the spot for her.
Yeah.
I wish I got in a little bit earlier at 225.
Oh yeah.
And then she got up to now she's in the 300s, right? Like
I just think she's good all the way, and she's also she's gonna be the first fight of the night. So God forbid she somehow shits the bed, which I really don't think she does.
Yeah.
You can still stack that parlay.
Yeah.
Still keep trying that.
Don't jinx him, my guy.
No, we've had a
all right, we got Fido up next.
Oh, okay. Great shape.
Is she gonna be wearing Gucci though?
Yo, she was dripped the fuck out yesterday. What the hell?
She was dripping, bro. Jeez. She was like she had the North Face Gucci collab bucket hat. That was wild.
125.5.
She's always in good shape.
Yeah, she looks in great shape. Yeah, I was not expecting that from Manoa. I'll also say this, Caitlin, I'm not sure if she wore the sunglasses the entire time, but minus the sunglasses, it was a lot better. Let's just put it that way. I don't know what was with the sunglasses.
Oh man.
All right, who we got next year?
Very exciting stuff.
Beneil Dariush.
And listen, I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen either bantamweight, the champion or the challenger. Personally.
Yeah, usually they give those guys like priority, right?
Oh yeah, especially for the lighter weight classes.
Yeah.
Maybe they just want to go at the same time. I don't know. Beneil. Interesting to see.
156 for Benny.
Does he look in better shape than usual? Like he doesn't usually kind of have like love handles.
I'm looking for the UFC stream for this now. Like I'm looking at it, but it's just lagging.
Yeah.
He looks
normal.
He looks in normal shape.
Yeah, I'm literally off to the side. I hate this angle.
Yeah.
I have both up.
Me too.
Yeah.
Because you get Junkie first. Oh, here's
Yeah.
Jan.
Fyodor Jan up.
Oh my goodness.
What a savage.
Oh,
wow.
shredded.
Yeah.
This guy's motivated.
136.
Sheesh.
Not bad, man.
Talk
Pyotr
about another favorite.
motherfucking Jan.
Wow. No mercy. Wow.
Do you
Iron.
quick question? Do you guys think we see better than minus 250?
Oh my
I'm hoping.
goodness.
Oh my God, please. Let me see it. Please show me.
I got the lube ready.
It's like the guy with the fishing pole in the Geico commercials. Tell you gotta be fast. Yeah.
Straight up, if that actually hits, you're gonna if that hits that, you're gonna have to log into my account for me, bro.
Oh, Brady. Here's Sean Brady.
Oh,
Here we
Brady.
go. He does look. I mean,
Dude,
he's always a tank.
I meant to bring this up when I was breaking it down on the podcast with the other day with Aaron Bronstetter. But pound for pound, Sean Brady has the best tattoos in the UFC, in my opinion.
That guy has a like legit professional obsession with them. Like,
yeah, the Japanese bodysuit he's
Yes.
constructing. I mean, just the work, just even piece by piece, like
Yeah.
or even piece for piece.
Yeah.
It just really
clean. It is clean.
is it like the pound for pound for tattoos? It's the piece for piece champion.
Sure, pound for pound, piece for piece. Whatever it works. It's all good.
See,
Oh, Volk. Oh, there he is. Yeah, he's weighing in as the backup, right?
Yes, he is. Interesting that he's up. Aljo's not out yet. Very weird.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to cut too much to do this.
No,
He looks beefy.
he looks not happy. He
so
doesn't look in
weird
great
that they
shape.
actually got him to weigh in. Wow.
He doesn't look in, I don't know how great a shape he looks.
He just looks like he wants to take a fight. Like, I don't know how much he's been training, but again, that's 10 pounds more than we used to see him at, right? So maybe that's why.
He's getting a check though, right? They literally give him his show money for this.
Sugar.
I think so.
Like,
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure he gets like his whole check. Like
Yeah.
he gets paid.
We got the sugar show up here.
So weighing in with sunglasses.
135 and a half. Not bad.
No
Not bad.
issue
Not
for
bad.
him.
Yo, they're just swinging on through this right now.
Love the pace. Like I said, these Abu Dhabi ones sometimes, just like because of the weird time of night, they'll have their cuts already done. Like they're like waking up ready to go. So hopefully, I mean, maybe we, crossing our fingers here. We'll see how it goes, huh?
Get it all done like in fucking 20 minutes.
Yeah, right.
Who do you think that we would see? Like, who usually has bad weight cuts that's on this card? I'm trying to think of like off the top of my head if there's anybody that's like missed weight.
Right, Charles Oliveira, but he made it.
Yeah.
Right. Nobody really, right? Has Murata missed weight ever? Probably
I don't
not.
think so.
He was always a skinnier guy too.
Mhm.
There's the Gaji. Yeah, there he is. There's
Oh
Gaji.
my God, gee, ugh.
Oh my Gaji.
I thought that was Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, nobody should have any weight cutting issues. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Maybe Malcolm Gordon, like the flyweights, Malcolm Gordon, Makayev. That's what my money
Man,
would
the
be.
ball's on Gordon to take this fight.
Yeah, especially with his like history of concussion.
Yeah.
He just likes to get thumped, I guess.
He fought a guy that used to be at the gym that I used to work at. Like I used to work at an MMA gym here in Toronto, and he fought one of our guys in like his second or third ever MMA fight. And our guy was like legit. Like I'll say that he was legit. And Malcolm just fucking wrecked him in that second round and submitted him pretty easy. I'm like, okay, I'll keep my eye on him. And he made it to the UFC. That's about it.
Well,
170.5 for a Bubakar. But yeah, Malcolm Gordon. Surprised he made it to the UFC. I'll put it that way. I'm surprised that he made it to the UFC.
This Abubakar Godzi fight is probably like what I consider to be like the most random fucking fight of the entire card. Like
that yes, but also the Tahuga fight.
Yes.
Like those are one A and 1B for me personally. I want nothing to do with those. I'm picking the favorites, not touching either side.
Fair enough.
I agree
Fair enough.
completely.
Show me some more consistency, folks. Then we'll see.
I 100% agree, Lock. I love when we agree.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. Oh finally got a little bit of a lull.
Muhammad Makayev
Oh
coming
no,
right up.
Makayev, here we go. See,
Yeah.
my stream's maybe a couple seconds behind too.
So, which one are you watching now?
I'm on Junkie. Should I be on?
Okay, I'm on Junkie too.
Oh jeez.
Yeah.
You got to reload your stream.
I'm on my iPad, bro. So
okay.
I'm in the closet like like R. Kelly and John Travolta over here.
Jeez.
126 for Makayev.
It's an old South Park
looks
reference.
good.
You can't...
Looks good.
Hey, that's dedication, my man. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I was just standing.
This kid, man.
He's like himself in the closet.
Y'all are killing me. Oh my god. I'm sorry I couldn't get a legit like background made up for the show. I'm like, fuck the graphics for this shit. Like, let's just burn and get on here and just see what these fighters are fucking.
Listen, man, we're just so happy to be on, man. And
hell yeah, man.
Like we said, this is our Dana White Contender Series appearance for us. We gotta earn our way onto the roster.
Don't worry, you guys on the Ultimate Wayne Show is coming right up. Don't you worry.
Oh baby.
How Bahayo looking shredded.
Oh yeah.
It looks like they sprayed him up before coming.
He's our Brazilian beefcake.
Beefcake.
Beefcake. Yeah, no. Oh my goodness.
He looks like the Brazilian high school jock. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
He'll take your girl.
He's also super smart.
Of the football team.
Yeah, he's got a good fight IQ.
Yeah. Very interesting fight there. Very interesting fight there, man. Muradov, I think, is live as well, but I can't. I don't know. I want to see some more from him.
What I saw from Muradov, like, right, he defends like the first 8 takedowns, from Gerald Mearshart, right?
Yeah.
And the problem is that he eventually gives him up, and that's the biggest problem.
Krylov.
Yeah, Krylov's up. Dude, since this guy moved to light heavyweight, ridiculous, like shape wise, because he came into the UFC quite soft.
I literally just had a cat crying at me.
I just heard that. I'm watching the stream here and I hear a cat.
Sorry about that.
No worries.
What are you doing here?
206 for Krylov.
Okay. He looked pretty good.
Yeah, Malcolm Gordon up next.
Okay.
Shout out to my fellow Canadian. Look at that Krylov flexing on him.
Is Krylov's back tattoo like kind of new? Like, what's going on there? Am I just missing that?
I missed it.
It's huge.
Malcolm. Wow. Looks a little sucked out on the cheeks areas.
120. Wow, he is like skin and bone, dude.
Yeah. I've been leaning KO.
He's going to sleep. I did say this on the podcast as well, and I'll say it again here. I really liked. I was able to hit it last week. Right, you had Pete Rodriguez, you had knockout in round 1 at minus 190, which is right. So I was actually able to get him. I got Pete Rodriguez in under half a round at plus 200. At plus 200. So similarly here, Makayev and under half a round is plus 330 on DraftKings. So
that's not a bad little sprinkle there.
2.5 minutes. He did it to Cody Durden in 2.5 minutes.
True.
Why not Malcolm Gordon?
Mm-hmm. We got Muhammad coming up next. Speaking of Muhammad's. But yes, I actually bet the under 1.5 of the Makayev fight at minus 115. Like, that is a must bet spot, I think. Bilal.
Okay. He's in good shape. Not like Brady shape, but he looks in good shape.
When is Bilal not in good shape?
Yeah, that guy has always been in ridiculous shape.
Yeah, Bilal is incredible. Bilal, how is he weighing in with the hat on too? That's crazy.
Oh wow, yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Who does that?
He wanted to do the championship weight too. He made 170 on the dot.
Wow.
And he gestured for the title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Discount double check.
If he wins this fight, man, like, you can't keep pushing him into these challenge the up and coming fighter. Like, they can't give him Shavkat Rakhmonov after this, right? Like, no.
I mean, they actually probably could. They do whatever they want. I just always think I always go back to thinking about what they did to my boy Jacare back in the day. I was the biggest Jacare fan. I always felt like he was just right on the cusp of getting that title shot,
Yeah.
and then he had to fight David Branch, right?
Yeah,
And he
and
gets
that like
knocked and he loses the fight, and it's like, God damn it, Jacare, why?
he was so
And then
close.
he never gets his shot.
Muradov on the scale now,
Oh, here he is. He's looking thick.
185.5.
Hmm.
15 minutes in, and I don't think we've really had a low.
No, I liked how Bahayo looked.
Yeah.
A little bit more thicker, in my opinion.
We
Oh,
got
yeah.
another one.
That thickness is going to be very helpful.
He's had at least 10 minutes of control in his first 2 UFC fights. Bahayo, curious if it makes it far enough in the fight for him to do it for a third time is my question.
Aljo up next here.
Ooh,
Always
Wow.
looking shredded.
wow, yeah. All about managing his output.
That's how I look when I take my shirt off.
135.
Yeah, we actually got up close personal view.
Yeah.
We can
Yeah.
confirm.
Yep.
Jeez
Oh my
Louise.
goodness, he looks
Two
great.
witnesses. Yeah. And he's fired up too.
Wow.
Man, I remember like when he was. You guys have been fans for a while, right? I'm trying to recall like how far back you guys.
Like 4 or 5 years.
4 or 5 years. Like, do you guys remember when Aljamain Sterling was like first in the UFC, and then was at that point where he had to make a decision on where he wanted to sign next? Like, he was the hottest prospect. He fought out his contract, and then he went on Ario show and then revealed that he was just going back to the UFC. And then he lost his next fight. He lost to Brian Caraway.
Oh shit!
No,
No, so yeah, no,
I was not. No.
I was
No, you
not
guys
as
weren't
big
at
into
that point.
So
But
I was more of a casual at that point in time.
yeah, no, he like he was highly touted because he was like, I believe he was undefeated and he was on this crazy run, and he just looked like a specimen, right? Like, look at the fucking guy,
Yeah.
and he was just finishing dudes left and right. Who's Demir? 205.
Wow, looks great.
He's
Yeah.
got no time for fucking around with the scales.
No.
You see what I did there? I'm slick like that. I'll be here all night.
That's why he's the
Don't
good.
kill me. Y'all are too much. Y'all were hanging out earlier today too. Is that correct?
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
getting some food, watching some foosball. Ricky Bobby.
Actually, technically, it was the sports equinox. So we were watching some football, we were watching some baseball, we were watching
okay.
some hockey, we were watching anything that the sports bar had on at that moment.
Basketball.
Then some basketball.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
That's
But yeah, we cashed a nice bet today on the Arizona Cardinals. So
I wish I could speak in NFL terms to you guys, but I'd be exposing myself quite immediately. Honestly,
it's all good, brother. But hey,
Super
we'll,
Bowl, yay! Let's
yeah.
go. That's
Touchdown.
yeah. Is Tom Brady making it to the finals again this
Yeah,
year?
the finals.
Probably.
I love it.
Yeah, right.
Excellent. Oh,
Bro, I
man.
used to be balls deep into NBA. Like, that used to be my shit. I used to know player, like the star player to the 12th guy on the bench or the 12th man, head coach, assistant coach, general managers. I would know all that
TB
shit.
was the same exact way.
I was so into it. Like, especially when Raptors just like we had Vince Carter and Chris Bosh and stuff, like that era. I was so deep into it. And then I found MMA. And I'm like, fuck everything else. Just MMA.
Absolutely. I got him the same way. He knew John Jones and
Yeah.
Conor McGregor, and
Yeah.
I'm like, here, man, this is something you really should be getting into.
Yeah.
And now he completely. I mean, he watches his Knicks, but he's dropped his interest. and he's dropped baseball. Baseball was like his thing too. And
Oh
then
wow,
he
you don't care about it anymore.
I really don't care about baseball since all the bullshit the owners pulled during COVID. It was so stupid the way that they had like 30 or 60 games that one year when like they could have figured it out, but they really didn't want to because they didn't want to like pay to have all those extra games. So I was like, man, fuck baseball at that point because that was when I really got into UFC and we started our show. So
That's crazy, dude. I truly believe that there is a vast majority of fans that actually got into the sport because of COVID and the lack of other sports that were going on at the time. Like, I can't believe how much of it. Yeah, exactly. You're a living example of that. But like, I wonder how many more of you there are out there. Because like, there have been the eras, right? Like, I got in when Brock Lesnar came over from the WWE. I was a big Brock Lesnar guy.
Yeah.
So when he fought Frank Mir, I was like, oh, this is some shit. And then like the Ken Shamrock, and I went back and watched like UFC 1 and 2 because of that. And I became a fan from there. Then there was like the Ronda Rousey era fans that came in with the Conor McGregor era of fans. And then now the COVID era of fans too. That's insane. Like, so many fucking eras. We're almost at UFC 300. That is nuts.
That
That
is
is
really, really
insane.
nuts. It's so super cool that my introductory pay-per-view was Bisbing Rockhold 2. So, that's like the first time I'm
Oh,
really getting
UFC
invited.
199.
Yeah, it's like
Oh,
the first
yeah.
time I'm really getting invited to watch
Yeah.
that, and I'm seeing who Conor McGregor is, and that was right around Mayweather Pacquiao too. So it was really my first
Yeah.
introduction to martial arts in general. Other than that, I had the UFC game for Xbox 360 with Forrest Griffin on the cover, UFC Unleashed 2009 or something. That was the first game I got from my Xbox, and that was my introduction to UFC. That's how I found it, loved it, enjoyed it. GSP was like the best player in that game, so it was super cool. But I didn't know anything or really how to watch it or like anything like that.
Yeah.
And then since 199, was a casual fan, and then now for the last, I'd say probably about 5 years, I've been solidly increasing to the status I am now of guru.
Did you ever watch the curtain jerker of that event? It was Dong Young Kim, aka Lil Dong, and Polo Reyes. Did you
Yeah,
see that fight?
he folds him over, right?
Dude, like, it is like Joe Rogan's the commentary. He goes like, you can't even script this fucking fight as to how crazy it was. Just the
Right.
momentum swings, the back and forth, the rock'em sock'em, like one of the
whole card.
craziest fights that not many people have seen, in my opinion. Totally worth watching if anybody hasn't seen it on the stream.
I love
So
watching
fire.
I
Dude.
love watching old cards.
It is the first fight of the night, and Rogan's just losing his mind. Like, what is happening right now? Like, it was one of the craziest fights. That is like the number one fight I show a new fan. Like, you want to see MMA at what it almost near its peak could look like. This is what it is.
Yeah,
The excitement.
And when you mention it, that's probably why, like, again, that night six years ago, that's probably why I literally fell in love, because I was watching with my buddy, and that's how that night started.
that was the night that Ariel got kicked out by the UFC.
Yes,
because he leaked the Brock Lesnar news, right?
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, it's exactly that. Poor Ariel. That whole situation's so difficult.
I know. I felt bad for the dude, honestly, but like, he created such a fucking fan base, a wide fan base, this population of people that said for 7 straight years, we're going to name you the journalist of the year. Even when it looks like you're not trying, you're killing the game. That is Ariel motherfucking Helwani.
Yeah.
And seeing this guy come up from like, I had him on my radio show back in 2012, like 10 years ago. And seeing that growth from his original MMA fighting days all the way to fucking ESPN and back to MMA fighting and the MMA hour and everything that he's achieved. Insane. Absolutely insane. I don't get why he gets so much hate, honestly, because I know what kind of guy he is, like, essentially, but I don't know.
You know, he's got a very I actually really like Ariel Helwani. I find his personality like endearing, but he's so quirky, and at the end of the day kind of awkward, and I think sometimes he is I know for sure he's definitely like a bit of a shit stirrer. So like I just think he kind of rubs people the wrong way. But but like at the same time, like he doesn't rub me the wrong way. I can just see how sometimes it's just like phrasing or just how you know.
Dude, there's a reason he's gotten to where he has, and some people might say it's because of the access the UFC used to give him. Okay, sure, that might have played a little bit of it with it as well.
He could have fallen off. It's based on the work that he's done, bro, and how fantastic he is at his job, and the love and dedication he has for the sport. He's I would what a wonderful individual.
Even how much he's been thriving post that debacle, right?
100%. And even how about doing his own show, stopping it, the ESPN deal, ESPN being a fucking douchebags to him, and then him having to again start up his own show, and he keeps all the audience. Yeah, sure, they're still doing DC and whatever RC. Nobody listens to that shit. Yeah. Nobody listens to Ryan Clark. I don't even like Ryan Clark talking about football. I don't want to hear him talking about UFC.
The funny thing is also like you know when we see those quick ads for DC and RC during the broadcast, like they never did that with Hawani and DC when I was on ESPN.
Nope.
Like they just had to build it from their own.
Ariel. Listen, there's
No.
a lot of different things that I
Yeah.
could say. You know, he's listen, he's a minority of sorts, right? I just think sometimes that certain things work against you, and I don't know.
Yeah.
It's super interesting. I don't know.
All right, we got
He's got such great work here. Who do we got?
yeah, we got someone coming up here.
Action.
Who's that?
Let's see. We got action is what we got.
Oh, Action. Sorry, I think you said a name.
Oh, my bad.
It's Action Bronson. I'd be so happy.
AJ Action Bronson Dobson.
Yeah, look at that. It worked out.
It always deceives me how big this dude actually is.
Oh yeah, I mean, dude shredded.
Oh shit. Did you see the news about wow.
Go ahead.
I think I see something from Marcel, Zubaira, Tukugov, and Lucas Almeida off the card.
Oh, shut up. Shut up. No way.
No, you don't. Because I have Marcel's on alerts. He didn't tweet that.
I have a Marcel alert.
Yeah, I see Ben Davis replying to him.
It could be a thing, though.
Yeah, Big Marcel.
Oh, it is off.
Tukugov, Almeida off the card.
27 minutes ago.
Literally right when the thing started. Right.
Yeah, that's why I just pulled up Twitter for the first time.
Live chat. Why the fuck did you guys not tell us?
That's
your job.
Yeah, what the fuck? Yo?
Maybe I'm not paying attention to the live chat. I apologize.
27.
No, I was looking, man.
Yeah, nobody said anything about it.
No, nobody. You guys are although I will say Green King has been on my side on the Chook picks, so shout out Green King in the chat. Everyone else though, you've been letting me down, not telling us about this Tukugov cancellation.
That would have been nice. Well, okay, let's be honest, guys. Hey, we kind of talked about it a little bit earlier. There's two fights we probably care the least about. Tukugov and Almeida probably makes the cut, right? Like that's one of the fights. Like that one and the Abubakar fight.
You're right.
Fucks.
If you had to choose fights to lose, yeah, you're gonna start there. I just honestly, after losing Mustafayev too, and now Zubaira Tukugov there, specifically two guys that A, we haven't seen in a while, and B, that like I kind of want to freaking see. They're good fighters, but it's gonna have to wait.
Sorry, Dillashaw just weighing in 135.
Oh, wow.
I'm a snake. I'm a slithery little snake.
Yeah, Mustafayev has not been active. You are absolutely correct in that. And luckily for me, like I studied like pretty much all Sunday or all Monday, and the only fight I had left was the Mustafayev fight. Waking up to the news that it was canceled, I'm like, all right, sick. I can just fucking record my podcast. So I really have no tie to that matchup. Like I didn't look into it at all, so I wasn't really tied to it. I believe Mustafayev was a big favorite, right? Was he like
he was like minus 600, I think.
Minus 600, exactly. Yeah. So like, what was I gonna do? What was I really gonna get out of that? Like, I felt like I would have heard if Nishikawa was a live dog by that point, but saw nothing about that.
TJ, how did we feel about how TJ looked?
He looked
that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm actually really now curious to see how he looked in comparison to the Corey Sandhagen fight. Because, again, I'm still on the side angles. His cheeks certainly look sucked in, but he didn't look super, like, tired or sweaty or anything.
I think I've seen enough from his cardio in the past to trust that, like, that wouldn't be the issue. I mean, as I'm looking at him, I'm going back to the UFC view here.
I'm doing the same thing.
I mean, he just looks, I mean, shredded. The crypto.com thing is blocking him, but he looks good, man.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. I think he's gonna kick TJ's ass. I mean, he is TJ. I think he's gonna kick Al's ass.
He's so good. He's gonna kick his own ass.
Yeah.
He's gonna give him a taste of these nuts, is what he was telling him,
dude,
right?
That was incredible. I want to test myself against TJ. Test my.
Sorry, my guy. Jerry Curry saying we're all fired. That's what they're saying, like not giving us that information. The guy Paizo DFS saying you ain't reading the live chat, don't even front luck. You know what? You were right. Up until that moment, I was not reading the live chat, so I apologize.
We were though.
I'm glad that you guys were on top of it. I was just fucking vibing. I didn't even care about what y'all were fucking saying. I'm chilling with my dudes here. I want to see what they're saying, but we do. You are right. We do have to give. We do have to give them some love. They are the ones ultimately watching the show at the end of the day. So I apologize. I love you guys.
Shout out to Marcel. 4 fighters left to weigh in. Gamrot, Chikagian, Petrosian, Landsberg.
Ooh.
Wow. Yeah, we pretty much rolled through how many of those in 20, I guess half an hour.
Well, we
Uh,
also clipped out a
and we
fight.
lost a fight. Yes, you're right about that. 12 fights now. 12 fights. Does that mean they pushed the time back to 10:30 now?
Probably at
Oh,
least, if not
Mhm.
11,
Because
right?
that's 2
Wasn't it?
fights now.
Yeah. So probably 11, if I had to guess. Or
Uh,
they'll start coverage at 10:30 and then make you wait
no,
a half hour.
I don't
I
know.
love John Anik, but like
They might just space it out.
I'm
They
not
might
going to
just
stare
space
at
out
you
the
for
whole
30
thing.
minutes waiting for a fight. Yeah,
Yeah.
they should space it out. Usually what they do is they try to give each fight a half hour block. That's what they try to do. That's their calculation essentially. Um, but yeah, we'll see. I'm
Yeah.
still gonna start getting fucked up at the same time as I was expecting before anyway. So it doesn't change
Dude,
anything.
so I'm gonna be on a flight to Cabo.
Oh,
So like, yeah,
Saturday morning.
Saturday morning. I'm in the air at 8 a.m.
Damn.
So 8 a.m. Eastern. So the
Yeah.
fights start 10 a.m. Eastern. I think I land around like 1-ish. But like
Right
then the
before the
main
main card starts.
right main card starts at 2, but like so it's like, can I get to the hotel in time for the main card? It's like it's this whole dash. Obviously,
Are you committed to watching the fights after you get to the hotel?
I mean, bro, like other than buying the pay-per-view, how else do I?
Exactly. Like you're gonna have to do it like
Well, it's
either
either one
way
way or the other. You have to buy the pay-per-view so I could watch it like whatever,
immediately
or yeah,
and
or
on
just
demand.
right on basically on demand when I want to.
It's 24 hours. You
Right.
get it for 24 hours. I had to do it one time when I was on a road trip, but yeah, like I totally forgot about the 24-hour period. And there's 2 fights I still didn't get to watch, so I had to fucking MMA core that shit. I'm like, I just
Yeah.
wasted like $70. Like,
I don't even
what is
remember
this shit?
I don't even remember the last pay-per-view I bought. It was probably at some
Yeah.
point last year.
Honestly, when I went full time, I've bought every pay per view since. Like it essentially is a business expense as well, right? Like
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm investing into it. It is giving me life to have a job and make money. So I might as well just put it back into it.
Well,
And
you know what? But is your deal? Is the deal different in Canada? You
what do you
guys
mean?
pay per view. I know. Oh, I know. In Europe, they have the BT Sports, so
Yeah,
the whole
no.
package is cheaper. You guys still have the
We
expensive
have
package
pay
like
per
we do,
view,
right?
but like I normally just get it through Fight Pass, which is still like $60, $70. But the power of VPN makes things a lot cheaper. Let's just put it that way.
Right. That's super
uh
interesting.
yeah, like based on where you're at in the world, you
Right.
could
Smart
pay a
man.
different price. Is what
Right.
I'm
Oh
So
trying to
hey,
yeah.
but
say.
you're paying. But you are paying. You are a paying customer.
I am a
That's
paying customer.
that's actually what we do. I do a little bit something different with if you guys do need Fight Pass, you go to if you have an iPhone, you go to your subscriptions on your Apple settings, and they have Fight Pass only has 2 options for like how to pay for your
I,
monthly subscription.
yeah.
Like you could, but on Apple, there's like 1,000 options. I pay $35 for a year of Fight Pass.
Whoa. $35 a year?
Yeah, dude. Look, I'll show you. So you go to your settings.
Through what? Through
It's just on your iPhone, and
okay.
you click
In
on
the
your
Apple Store.
And say you don't
you click
have
on
an
your name, and
iPhone.
you go to subscription. I have no idea.
Okay,
I have no
then
idea. But
I can't
but
follow.
so under Apple, you go to subscriptions, bro. It's crazy.
No,
That's
I
interesting.
have the in
Let 'em
Europe it's a
subscribe.
lot cheaper. Let's just put it that way for anybody
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
interested.
Bro, because look,
Well,
they
not
have
cheaper
all
than
these
that. That
plans.
is difficult to
They have
match.
all these plans,
Wow, that's crazy.
which is nuts.
That is
So,
nuts.
and if you look on the UFC website, they have two options. So
Yeah,
to have scrollable options is just nuts.
yeah. No, I'm gonna. I try not to miss any fights. Like during the summer, I had so much shit going on, so many weddings and fucking my own wedding and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
I missed so many cards, but thanks to Fight Pass, I was just able to just catch up on everything pretty quickly. But like to the rest of the end of the year now, I'm probably watching every single fight live, and I couldn't be happier about that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think this
Love
will be the
that.
only
Love that.
this will be the only card I have to do this with, I
Yeah,
believe.
the earlier cards, the better, though. You know what I mean? Like I like the 4 p.m. start, or even if they would do 1 p.m., I wouldn't be mad, to be
Yeah.
honest. A full
1
day of
p.m.
fights, and then you have the evening to go do something and be a human being if you choose to be.
Yeah, 1 p.m. is not a problem because I'm used to 1 p.m. for that's when football kicks off for us over here.
Okay.
So that's a big thing for me, at
My
least.
guy Paizo here saying the only cool thing we get in Canada for MMA is Bellator is free on YouTube, but most people on MMA tours seem to hate Bellator. Yeah, it is free on here. Like prelims and main card are all on YouTube for us for free. So
I
I don't
dig
know
Bellator.
what ways you guys have to go about it, but
Mm,
YouTube, and then for prelims,
Showtime.
and then Showtime for the pay-per-views, but you don't have to
but
pay
Mm.
for them.
how many people have Showtime? Do you guys have Showtime?
I actually happen
Yeah.
My
to
brother does, so it works out.
Like
yeah,
what do you guys watch on it normally?
nothing.
Nothing else. Like legitimately, like it's just
They,
because he
they,
has
they
it.
got movies and some random ass TV shows. They got like some
Okay.
JFK documentary that looked kind of cool. I was watching. So I was
It's
like,
like it's like
But that's
part of
what I
the
mean.
package
Yeah.
with HBO a lot of the time.
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Like
got that
with the
that
cable
kind of
service.
stuff.
So like, Verizon Fios or Optimum, they'll have like the packages of like premium channels, and sometimes you'll get like HBO, Showtime, whatever, all as it's like maybe you wouldn't get it individually.
Yeah.
But
With my cell phone plan, we actually get something called Crave, which is like I believe it's pretty much I think it's Canadian. I'm not 100% sure, but we
Mhm,
get HBO on it as well. We get a bunch of like these uh Showtime as well. I think we get a couple of those shows,
mhm.
but that's where I watch my fucking House of the Dragon every fucking week, like
There you go.
9 p.m. right on the dot. It comes up on there. I'm like, all right,
I
let's
haven't
fucking
given
go.
that a I haven't given that a run yet. I'm a
Okay.
huge Game of Thrones fan.
I
You
want to
know,
continue that conversation right as soon as we figure out who this person is Wednesday
Uh-oh.
now,
let's get it.
because I'm a huge House of the Dragon fan. All
Oh,
right,
All right,
baby.
Lena
maybe I'm telling
Landsberg.
you.
Oh, okay.
I really wanted my girl Chook to be
Flinch
there.
Queen. Oh, Chuk has been late before.
Oh, that's true. She does like to take her time. Skeletor.
Oy. Lena.
135.
Not bad, but
Um,
not great.
Yeah, she doesn't look excellent.
hopefully she just gets wrecked. I'm hoping
Yeah.
for a decision, but it is what it is. Back to the TV show talk for a second.
Sure.
Tyler, you watch House of the Dragon or no?
Yes, so I am up to. I didn't watch the lit. How many episodes is it
I
still
think
going, or
there's
have they moved
9.
into? So I
I think
think I've
there's 9
watched
episodes so
7.
far.
I've watched
Okay,
7.
sure, 2 off.
You haven't even told me about that, dude. What the?
I mean, but like,
You talk
I
all
don't,
the time.
I don't, sh- I don't shove things down people's throat. I figured there's enough people being
Oh,
like,
that's
listen.
unfortunate, isn't it?
Ooh. Well, anyways, I think the biggest thing is that like like for the most part, everyone's either watching or talking. I figure either at work or
Yes,
the
that
other
is yeah.
secondary stuff like you might be doing while you're out. Like I'm sure that I don't know, parents, whoever's watching House. I'm sure I thought people. I don't want to be the 30th person that's been like, did you watch House of Dragon? I mean, it's popular. Like I didn't realize I had to ask you if you were going to watch it or not. I mean, I don't
Whatever,
do that
bro.
for entertainment though because I'm behind on everything. I'm always like I'm watching The
But
Sopranos for the
but
first time.
apparently, right?
I
But
need to
apparently,
watch
you're
that
not
as well.
behind on that. Oh my God, Lock, come on,
I
bro.
haven't seen that
Let's
yet.
go.
No, I've been
Start.
slacking. It's
The
actually on
Wire?
Crave,
All right.
so like I
All right.
should watch it.
So my plea to you, Lock, then is that when the UFC year winds down in 6 weeks, that is what you
Get on
defer
The
to.
Sopranos and try to finish it before they start up again.
No,
3
no,
weeks,
listen. I mean,
or just get into it.
even just start because
How many
once
seasons is it? Do you
it's
know?
six
6
seasons.
seasons, and how many episodes roughly? Like 10 to 15.
10 to 50. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Okay,
Lord of the
I'll get
Rings?
into it. Oh yeah,
Mhm.
I'm all over that.
Uh,
I'm not sure how caught up you are, but that finale was
uh,
fucking fire.
so that's the one that I'm behind on now.
Okay,
I just got through episode 1,
yeah.
and then I'm just like slowly, I'm back in school for the first time in 9 years. So
Uh,
I'm finishing my undergrad. I got 1 year left. It's Physics has been a fucking battle, man.
yeah,
Physics 2, I took Physics 1 9 years ago.
yeah,
So it's just like remembering like the math. So, anyways, I've been watching a lot of Cobra Kai because it's like easy on the brain. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm
yeah,
in season 5, but even that I had to take like, I've been having to like take a break on all my extra stuff. I'm focusing on Fight Tape and everything
yeah.
in the show. But coming up, I'll be able to dig a little bit more in.
That's
I'll get through more.
that's the other thing with me as well is like the limited time I do actually have to watch something. I want to watch something I really want to watch. You know what I mean? Like I really need to like be entertained and be on the ball with it. This one's a weird one. I don't know if you guys are gonna laugh at me about it, but Everybody Loves Raymond.
Oh, okay.
I fucked with that show when I was a little bit younger, and all the seasons are on Prime right now. So I've been like going through that again with me and the wife watch it. Like that's a
Yeah.
fun, soft-hearted show. Like I don't know what it is, but that's something I was really into. But yeah, Lord of the Rings, I was all over, and House of the Dragon. For me, they're appointment viewing because I want nothing spoiled. You know what I mean? I don't want to
Right.
see the next week on, or I don't want to see somebody talking about it because they've already seen the episode. I hate like there's a spoiler in Dexter that made me not finish Dexter.
Mm,
You know what I mean? And everybody keeps
yeah.
telling me to watch that fucking show. I'm like, I don't really care to anymore
Yeah.
because I know
Yeah.
this.
I watched like the first 6 seasons of that show, and then
Yeah.
it kind of jumped shark, and then it came back, and I didn't get back into it.
Yeah. I
I
never
gotta
did.
finish.
I
Yeah,
never
I
did.
gotta finish.
It was
Better
really,
Call Saul. I'm
it
not
was
sure if you
really
guys watched
good.
that.
So good. I gotta watch the second half of the last season. I missed it, and now it's not on Netflix. It's not on AMC anymore. So like I have to, and I don't want to pay for it on AMC Plus. So I'm gonna wait for it to come like out on Netflix, I guess, when it drops.
Yeah, I
So
have
that
the last season to watch. Like I haven't touched the last season at all yet, but I heard it's fucking amazing. So very much looking forward to that. All right, we got 3 fighters left, and I think now is as good a time as any to talk about the main event
ooh,
because I
baby.
wanted your guys' takes on it. We kind of hinted at it as both those guys were the first 2 to weigh in. They both looked in tremendous shape. Tyler, I'll kick it off with you first. What are your thoughts? Who leaves Abu Dhabi with the lightweight title?
Right. So I started the week leaning the way of the dog. But as much as I've been a dog hunter recently, I really think this is the spot for Islam. But I'm the one leaning on Islam and like an over 1.5 type of idea. I think if anything, Charles survives, like these early flurries of control, and that if anything, it would take some resistance at least before Islam were to find anything on Charles, where I think Charles is more dangerous for like the explosive finish. So that's my general thought. I think we actually have someone coming up as I finish my thought there. So I'm curious who
Oh
we
yeah,
have. They have, I
yeah.
don't know
See
that.
who this is, and then we'll
Yeah,
kick it on over to Guru. Or are they just teasing us?
yeah,
Was
right.
that a
Like what?
tease?
I
Yeah,
feel like
was he
it's
just
all
playing?
I
All
think they
right,
just
Guru.
pump faked us. They pump faked us there.
yeah.
Yeah, Guru, what are you thinking here?
So this fight's truly one of the more interesting and incredible fights, and as we get closer and closer to it, I've really tried to do my best to try to separate myself from all the feelings, from all the emotion, and from all the narrative, and it's been one of the most difficult things I've had to do as a handicapper because I'm a fan first. Um, and when it comes down to it, I've tried. At least I think to myself, right? Time and time again, we've seen it generally play out. Wrestling versus jujitsu. Wrestling seems to be the more dominant mixed martial art. That's like just kind of the more casual baseline thing I could say. And then if I want to talk about it, the most casual baseline thing I could say in terms of a gambling standpoint, when have you seen Islam Makhachev minus 200? And when are you going to see that again?
That is true. I've heard that argument a lot as well. Even in a lot of prior fights. We do have somebody coming to the scale right now. Let's see who this is. Chuk is coming up right now.
Chucky.
That's my girl.
I believe after this there'll be 2 fighters remaining, correct? Gamrot
Yep. And
and
Not good
uh,
for Gamrot.
yeah.
Gamrot and give me a moment.
Oh, they're automatically going to the box of shame for
Oh,
Chuk.
boxer's chain for
Automatically.
Chuk.
The question is, is one of these guys gonna try to peek like a sketch ball?
Jeez.
Dude, you see it all the time. I'm serious. Like they gotta like, get a handle on this. Usually, sometimes they bring out only women for
Chicks,
when
yeah.
it's women.
Armin Petrosian
Look,
is the
look,
last.
this guy's looking. Look, this guy's
Okay.
looking. He's like
Yeah, it
right
kind of
over
looks
the
like
edge.
it. Oh my god, yeah, that's so true.
That's what I'm saying. Like, look at this guy. He's like, oh yeah, I'm just moving the box. I'm definitely not.
Dude, come on. He's
All
got to
right,
make
let's
sure
see,
she's
let's see,
not
let's see.
cheating. But yeah, he's definitely looking. She knows she probably didn't make weight. I was curious if she would
That'd
or
be
not.
crazy if she doesn't make weight. It might be the first time, if so, right?
I don't know. I should maybe.
All right.
Shit.
127.5 for
Jesus
Chukagian.
One and
Christ,
a
I
half.
do not like that.
1.5 over. Wow. I can't believe
Dan
she missed
Tom in the
weight.
chat. What's up, dog?
Wow.
No way is that Daniel Tom. No way.
Oh my goodness.
Of
What up,
course.
Dan?
I don't know.
I
You
love
saw
it.
us tweeting about it. Could have been.
Shout out Dan Tom if that is truly him. A fellow Action Network member as well. Shout out to those guys. Let's just quickly see what the chat is saying here. Shout out to Islam from my guy Tristan. Appreciate you stopping by. It is the middle of the night. Yes, it is 1:45 a.m. Eastern at this moment. Matt R asking, who are the guests? These are my boys, Tyler and Guru of the Chronic Combat Conversations podcast. I do have their Twitter accounts linked in the description below. So please do give my guys a follow here and let them know what's good. And check out their podcast as well. They just got on my guy Aaron Bronstetter earlier this week. That's a big get there. Shout out to those guys. And shout out to Aaron Bronstetter as well. Let's see what else we got here. Just saying Chuk decision live.
Jeez, I'm just now I'm concerned about the fight even going the distance with my little parlay I got
With
cooking.
Mano.
Yeah, now like can Mano now finish her? We've seen Chuk get hurt by Andrade.
Yeah.
Now I'm a little concerned because has she ever missed weight before?
That's what I was just looking up.
And then my guess is that she's done. I don't think she's coming out to cut more weight.
Oh no way. Like even if they give her another hour, 1.5 pounds,
No,
I'd be
she's
surprised if she could get that in an hour.
Exactly, she's done. So
She would have waited longer if she thought she could do it. Like there's still Gamrot to go. So what does that tell you about where Gamrot is? These people are traveling from the States probably for the first time for some of them going international. So like
Gamrot and Petrosian,
right. Gamrot's walking out.
Oh, here we go.
Is he the last one? I think oh wait, Petrosian you said, right?
Yes, sir. At least I believe so, unless we missed him. I've been
I've been
partaking, so it's been possible that I missed it.
I don't think I've seen him.
He always comes late though, Gamrot. I feel.
He looks good.
Yeah. 156. Nice. All right. So Petrosian. Okay, chill out, Gamrot. Shit. Scared the fuck out of me.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Quickly just touching on Katlyn Chookagian again, she has never missed weight, although she has fought Jennifer Maia at UFC 244 at a 127-pound catch weight because Maia missed weight. So she herself has never missed weight. So that's maybe it's the travel, maybe it's the, maybe she's fighting a lot, is she not? Like hold on, when was the last fight? I swear, May. So 5 months ago, and then she fought 4 months prior to that too. Like she's active over the last 3 fights. That's 3 fights in 2022.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Say that again. Sorry, I totally missed that. My bad.
Well, no, because you were like, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. I was like, maybe it's Maybelline.
It's so bad.
Don't kill me.
I'm just such a jackass sometimes.
Yeah.
It's all good.
I wasn't laughing because it was funny. I was laughing because you're a jackass.
Y'all are killing me.
Well, that's I wasn't, as long as you're laughing, that's the key, right?
Of course.
I'm always down for making myself, the lowest common denominator. Oh my God, our last one. Here we go. Here's
Petrosian's up.
Petrosian.
All right, 48 minutes, and we're pretty much done the weigh-ins. That's crazy. I was expecting it to at least be an hour 15.
You love, like I said, Abu Dhabi. You love to see it.
Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi. They're in Abu Dhabi.
I love how Chuk didn't make us wait either. Just get out of the way.
196 for Petrosian. There we go. And you're right. Chookagian probably could have been the reason we would be waiting 2 hour mark, 1 minute, 1 hour and 59-minute mark. She's just right there. All right. So everybody except Chookagian makes weight. Wow. Again, she was not the one I was expecting to miss weight, especially being like that high-level fighter that she is, right? She's number 1 ranked, if the last I remember. I don't think anybody's taken her spot from there. On a winning streak as well, right? She's slowly earning her way back to a title shot, and now she misses weight. but she's already favored to not lose, or sorry, not win the fight, right? Um, Interested to hear you guys' thoughts. Like, one, how do you guys break this fight down? And then two, does this weigh-in change your mind at all? Tyler, we'll start with you.
So I'm sorry. That was which fight
I
was it
believe
The
that?
fight.
Chukwugian fight.
Okay. So I thought that Chukagian's grappling is better overall than Fioro's, and ultimately their distance it's really going to be a lot of the same type of stuff. I think Fioro might look slightly better on the type of power she's landing, but Chuka's been sitting down on her punches a little more recently.
Right?
Now missing weight, does that not, maybe she saved a little bit and she has a little extra juice in those grappling exchanges, didn't squeeze out all the extra juice here, getting all the way down. I could spare it. We got a big up and coming matchup, like with a big prospect here. I want to be feeling my best, so I'm not going to push myself past. She didn't look terrible.
Yeah.
So I still lean towards well, not lean. I mean, I'm playing, I'm going to be that on that shoot dog spot. And I don't think I'm going to mess around with the decision. It's dog money already. We never get dog money on Chuk like this. Give me it. Let's go.
Dude, I love the Chukagian plus 215 against Cynthia Calvillo. Mwah. I can't believe I was able to get that line. And then she still comes through as a favorite when she is the favorite. You know what I mean? And now you're getting her as a dog. I don't hate it. She is always a live underdog. Guru, do you share the same sentiments? What are you thinking here?
Yeah, but I am certainly sketched. I was all on the Chuk train for real. I thought she looked great yesterday. I thought I certainly liked her coming into this fight. I felt that she was the I feel like they're nearly the same fighter, and Chuk's actually bigger and has more experience, whereas Firo has fought like kind of an inferior level of competition. Uh, Perfectly picked matchmaking for her, tailor made. And now this is a good fight for her. Don't get me wrong. And now that she misses weight, I mean, my goodness, I already have a parlay out that I can't cash out. I liked it, but geez Louise, like, oh, her missing weight, does that change the fact that the decision queen maybe doesn't go to decision? Is there a finish involved here?
Personally, I don't think it's going to have that much of an impact on her.
Well, thank God.
I really don't think it's to that extent. I don't like to look into weigh-ins that heavily unless it's like something even more than that, right? Like I need to see
Yeah.
like the one that I think of that comes off the top of my head that I'm like, ooh, that might change my mind is when Katlyn Vieira weighed in when she fought against Yana Kunitskaya. And that was that weird decision where she spent the majority of time on top, but Yana Kunitskaya was landing the more damaging blows and Yana got the decision. But like she still looked relatively dry and flat in the fight. So like that's what I'm looking for. To me, Katlyn Chikagan did not spew that at all. She looked like she was just weighing it. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't look like she was dying to weigh in that spot. So personally, like I see them as the same fighter. I see Minot just probably landing the better shots, but I still have some skepticism in terms of playing minus 200 on her against a proven grinder and veteran like Katlyn Chikagan who she can make it her fight. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
she can make it her fight. So
I think if you this is the thing, I think if you like Chukagian, you absolutely should play the dog. And then I also think we talk about this, TB and I, on our show at Chronic Combat on Twitter, at Chronic Combat Conversations on Instagram.
get those plugs.
Yeah, listen, we're out there. Make sure you listen to us, guys. YouTube, we got a bunch of guests. But what we talked about is the fact that we like to stack the bets, right? So if you like Chukagian, right, you have to take her by the way that she's going to win the fight. You also have to take Chukagian by decision, which is plus like 240, I believe, last time I checked. And that's an insane line value because that's the way she's going to win the fight. So you do it both ways. So you double cash those tickets. And we
We've
love
seen
to double
crazier
cash.
shit. I'll say that. The fact that you're already getting plus money on your money line,
Yeah.
like the majority of your investment on Chukagian should likely be on that if you like her in this spot.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, like the one that always sticks out for me personally is Tyron Woodley submitting Darren Till, and when I took him by knockout. Like, come on, you're gonna get your first ever submission in the UFC over Darren Till, and it's a Darce choke? You shitting me?
But see, the lesson I would have learned there differently is that maybe you look at what inside the distance prop looks like, because when they don't think it's
Of
going to be by
course.
submission, it's like very probably similar.
Yeah. Same thing
we've
with Makayev, right? Like I'm
yeah
battling myself. Like, dude, it's minus 225 for
yeah.
inside the distance. I likely think a knockout, which is around that plus 230 range, but he could get the submission too, which is plus 110. So like, do you take the somewhat guaranteed, like quote unquote guaranteed money on the inside the distance and just pay the chalk, or do you get funky with it? You know what I mean? Do you try to get that KO plus 230?
I do. I think a lot of times it's case by case basis on whether you want to, whether it's actually worth it and viable to like pay some chalk, and you know what, I
Yeah.
really think that I'm going to really cover all my bases here, or
Yeah.
you know what, I think it's actually a little bit more risky than the chalk is worth. Might as well pay a little bit less and risk it for the biscuit and go for the lottery shot.
The one that always comes to mind for me for like the unanimous prop that everybody seemed to be on, and it was like minus 160 if I recall correctly. Gunnar Nelson via submission over Takashi Sato. Remember that? I know you're muted right
Yeah,
now.
I
But
want to
yeah,
cry.
it was
I want to
fucking.
cry.
It was nauseating because you watched Gunnar Nelson go for the same exact submission over and over and over, and he did the same submission defense over and over, and nothing changed. It was the most ridiculous fight I've ever seen.
So bad.
So yeah, I mean, why would you not bet that fight by decision instead? It's just
yeah.
ridiculous.
No, I get, I get that. There was another bet that I wanted to talk to. Well, you know what? We might as well just talk about our bets if you guys don't mind sharing what your actual bets are, and we can. I'll let you guys know if I'm a head to head with anything there. But let's cap off the show with that. Let's go through your bets, and I'll just tell you if I'm on that side or not as well.
For sure. So
So where do you
first
want to
off,
start? Top or bottom? Yeah, we'll start at the top.
well, I was gonna say we have one play that's on our Bet MMA officially right now.
Sure.
So just to start it off, because that's probably the most complicated, we got a 3-leg, trying to scale it out with our other plays, so it's for 2 units. We had the Carol Hossa to win with Fioho and Chukagian fight goes the distance, and Bilal Muhammad Sean Brady fight goes the distance, all together at plus 144, 2 units. So it's a little convoluted, but basically we're expecting a few things in a few fights, and all the dog plays we're going to have and a few other parlays. We felt good enough about like that fight, those 2 fights going to decision and Hossa to win being like solid enough. Like I wouldn't throw 5 units on a 3-leg parlay, but yeah, it was fun just to add in, like to get us started, just because it was a little more complicated. But we're about to start hammering out some like straight up plays too.
Hopefully it's not too complicated, right?
No, of course not. No, I like the Hossa spot as well. I think a lot of part of the community agrees with that as well. The 2 fights to go to decision. For some reason, I just have this personal bias against overs or fights to go to decision. Like I always feel queasy. The last one I actually like bet on, which I thought I got a good enough line on, was Max Holloway against Alexander Volkanovski. I expected that to go the full 5 rounds, and I was getting a good enough line that I pulled the trigger. But normally, I just like I've bet 2 Li Jingliang overs, and they've been like shitting and burning, like the Muslim Salikov fight and the fucking Santiago Ponzinibbio fight. Like,
wow,
they play patty cake for 4.5 minutes, and then fucking Lee just uncorks this bomb on him and knocks him out. I'm like, thanks guys for teasing me for 4.5 minutes. Anyway, I like all those spots.
TB, did you have him by knockout in both of those fights?
I did.
Yeah,
you fucking savage.
I didn't want to do that to you, Lock, but I kind of plug us back again at TB Scouting MMA, at Guru Scouting MMA. You know, Lock is the guy. He's, you know, but I didn't have to remember that.
Let's be honest.
By the way, I was about to say I didn't have him. I was with you, Lock. Like
he wouldn't come on my side.
I'm plugging my boy. And
no, for sure.
We talk about
so yeah, I guess our next thing, if we want to start near the top of the card.
Yeah, go for it.
I've been trying to get Guru. I don't know if we'll end up with this. How much? I think maybe 1 unit. I really think like Makhachev and Yan just straight up was like plus 111. As far as if you're looking to get like plus money plays on some money lines, I think the lines have slid from both of those guys' openers enough to where like you could play either of them separate, but we're as Guru would say, we love that plus money.
Makhachev's like Makhachev is minus.
I said Makhachev.
Oh, Makhachev.
And Yan.
I thought you said Makhachev.
No,
Uh,
no, Makhachev and Yan.
No,
So
minus
so
1100, we don't
oh,
parlay. We don't do
yeah,
that, boys.
yeah. I was like,
so
what are you talking about?
Yeah.
no. So that
Okay, I'm
was
here.
the thought. So we would get plus 111 there. So
Yeah,
these are some of the favorites. Then finally we were looking at a Bohalio and Hosa parlay was like our quote unquote lock of the night type of idea, where we will only get like a minus 130, minus 140, maybe even minus 150 at this point. But it just seems like those are the two that I just keep circling back to as like, man, like I just see their path being very clear.
I've been recently moving away from lock of the night parlays. You know what I mean? Like I just want to do a straight up
straight.
pick,
That's smart.
like straight bet, money line. Money line has been absolutely killing it for me. Like over the last maybe 5 or 6 months, I'm plus 50 units in straight picks alone, like just absolutely smashing the sides there. Um, so I'm just staying away from parlays in general. But my biggest play, it's a 3 unit play. Like usually my lock and night plays are 5 units. So I went a little bit less on this just because it's a
Okay.
parlay. But I went Kale Hosa, which again, everybody seems to agree with,
Building
and the
block.
Oliveira and Makachev fight to not go to a decision.
Ooh.
I think that like if this was me back in March before I really start to pull shit together, that would be my lock of the night parlay. You know what I mean?
Mm,
And I got it at minus 150 on the dot. 3 units at minus
mm.
150 to win 2 units. Like I
Yeah,
feel really good about that parlay. I'd be stunned if Makachev just lays on Charles Oliveira and doesn't finish him over 25 minutes. I'd be
yeah,
stunned.
I like that a lot. I like that a lot.
I do too.
Yeah. I don't carry the same confidence that you guys seem to have on the Bahayo side, though. Like, I think that Muradov is a little bit more. I think he's
Mm,
competitive here, man. I think that Joe
okay.
Mearshart fight may be kind of clouding our judgment.
Mm.
Um, but again, like, it did not look good how he crumbled under that pressure. And Bahayo
Yeah.
seems like you can fight in a way
He didn't
that
look
can
good against
expose that.
Andrew. He didn't look good against Andrew Sanchez though either, dog. Like, and Andrew Sanchez is like not a great striker, right? He's a grappler that a wrestler that decides that he loves his striking and has poor cardio himself,
Yeah.
and then decides to give up in the fight. Like, it's just
Yeah.
not.
No, I get
It
it.
was a
No,
real. It
I
was a bad
completely.
look.
That's why I'm not taking the dog shot on him. You know what I
No,
mean?
for
Yeah.
Like, I
sure.
see those holds too.
All
Yeah,
right.
absolutely.
So our final, kind of the things that we were looking at as far as straight up ideas go. It's
Yeah.
those four doggies we were just dropping on you
Yeah.
earlier. So we
Yeah.
got it's gonna be I have to figure out the unit sizing because I got to do some calculations here.
Yeah.
But before when we drop our final plays, now that we have our weigh-ins in tomorrow when I get up, all that stuff, I'll start. But we got Volkan Uzdemir plus 150, Bilal Muhammad plus 120. Those will probably be 1.5 to 2 unit plays, whereas Chukagian plus 175 and Dillashaw plus 145. We're looking at least one, potentially 2 unit, just because of their lines and what you get back when you win with them. So yeah, stay tuned because I have to figure out exactly what we do. But those four specifically will definitely be there. And then me, I'll be playing Gaji myself, but I know
You
Guru
fucking
won't do that with me.
savage. Uh,
Um,
I'm actually interested to hear your thoughts on Dillashaw and
okay,
Aljo. I feel like we haven't touched on that fight enough
cool.
for this one. I'll just quickly just give my quick spiel. I think Dillashaw's movement will allow him to stay away from the takedown opportunities of Aljo. People shitting on Piotr Jan's wrestling from his fight against Sterling are misguided, in my opinion. I think it's more so the movement or lack thereof from Piotr Jan at times that allowed Aljo to get into those positions. And then I think TJ, hopefully, if he can still fight, even 80% of what we expect him to bring to the table, he should be able to move well enough that he can get his offense off with the striking while staying away from the majority of the grappling success of
Mm,
Aljamain Sterling. And at plus 150 is the number that I got. I think it's a no-brainer bet. We're just hoping on a lot here. 35 years old, knee surgery, all that other stuff. He looked good enough to me in the Corey Sandhagen fight to be competitive here as an underdog. So had to take the shot. But I see that we're all on the same page here. My question mark to you guys then is, how do you see him getting it done? Do you see him
mm.
getting a knockout? Do you see him getting a decision? What kind of prop would you suggest to the viewers here to try to maximize your bang for your buck? Let me know what you guys think.
Yeah, so yep, I'm on TJ. I do like the money line, of course, at dog. I like the fight to go the distance, generally speaking. So I think any sort of stacking of over 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, like any way you want to go like that, that's excellent. TJ at the end of the day, right? He's going to be able to, right? When you look back at what Sterling did to beat Jan,
Yeah.
he backpacked him for 2 rounds, and I don't know that you're going to be able to backpack TJ for 2 rounds because TJ's never been backpacked like that. You're not going to be able to just lay on top of him.
Yeah.
And reversely, Aljamain Sterling's grappling being super dominant, I almost feel like is narrative of sorts. Because if you look back at the first Peter Yan fight, he's looking for all the grappling exchanges, and Jan's putting the trips down.
Yeah.
He's getting them falling left and right, and Aljo can't get it done at all in the grappling. So I'm not sure that he's going to be able to do that with TJ. And then, like you said, the movement, the striking from TJ. TJ might be one of the top 3 bantamweights of all time.
Yeah.
And getting the title back here would certainly cement that fact. And
did you guys see what Dominic Cruz said today?
yeah, he's crazy. He's a wild person.
He's like Ariel asked him, he's like, do you think you're the greatest bantamweight of all time? He goes, I never got popped by USADA. He goes, I don't say that I'm the best. People say that you're the best, but I think one of the determining factors would be I never got caught by USADA.
He's so funny.
Okay.
Yeah, Tyler, what are you thinking?
So yeah, I mean, ultimately, I think the biggest thing I came back to in this fight was cardio. I've seen TJ push a pace aggressively, scramble, and this was coming off a long layoff, blah, 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 years old. We don't know if he's going to be the same, giving up X amount of height, X amount of reach. Corey Sandhagen puts him in 2 different submission attempts in the first round. Don't get me wrong, Corey Sandhagen, he's got length. He's nasty with some of this stuff too. I'm not saying he's Aljo, don't worry. But TJ Dillashaw, I think what he did show us was that if his body's in shape, you could trust that he's there to put on a fight for you. And even if he gets hurt, even if he's in a bad position, he could get knocked down, his eye split wide open, his knee torn to shreds. He's going to put in a fight for the 5 rounds, and you might not see him for a year after that. But
fight for your money.
Yeah, exactly. And Aljo, what I've seen is he needs to go out of his way to manage his gas tank enough to win 3 out of 5 rounds. He's finish dependent here. So the fact that this fight is favored to go over 4.5 at like a 2-1, fuck that, respectfully. I'm taking the under on this fight. And also it's TJ Dillashaw knockout at plus 500, and it's TJ Dillashaw round 4 at plus 2,800.
Ooh. Yeah, I remember seeing that earlier today when I did prop you up. Plus 3,500, I think, on round 5 as well, right? So
you might as well drop like 10 cents on each,
I don't hate it at all.
Yeah, like I like that approach. That's kind of what I'm thinking.
It's a grandma's couch cushion play.
Round 4 or 5 decision, maybe sprinkle some of those round props specifically.
That's not bad. I like
it.
that.
I like
that idea, actually. The 4 or 5 decision could be elite.
Yeah. I dropped or at least tomorrow morning, you'll see the Action Network's article about the MMA prop squad. And one of the picks that I drop on there is Gamrot by knockout plus 500. Curious to hear your thoughts on that, folks.
Juicy.
Sheesh. This fight has me all sorts of like perplexed. It really, really does. One of the more intriguing fights on the card. I like the overall wrestling pace of Gamrot to, kind of put Beneil in some trouble. I really shout out to Aaron Bronstetter. He said on the show that he liked Beneil Dariush by submission at plus 1,000. And to me, I don't necessarily, I don't necessarily mind digging into grandma's couch cushion. I think she'll notice the couple quarters that I grab from underneath the couch cushion and slide onto that because, he's a jiu-jitsu wizard. And, with all that grappling, it's possible maybe he puts himself in a naughty position. And Beneil Dariush would love nothing more than to be the thorn in the side of the UFC matchmaking and have to keep himself relevant in terms of the title picture.
You think the UFC don't like him? That guy's delivering action-packed fights. What are you talking about?
I think they don't like him.
Really? But look at the top of that division. It's just flooded with guys that keep losing but just have name recognition.
Yeah, but with him, he's going to put on a show for you, and you don't even have to give him because he doesn't have like the name value either. So he's gonna give you the show, but I don't know. I love him personally. I think the diehards love him. Obviously, he's a
Of
fucking man,
course.
and
I,
calling out Elon Musk, he's so funny. But like,
you gotta
you know,
you gotta give
yeah,
him like the Chandlers or the Poiriers of the world if he wins this weekend.
give him a money fight. Give him a
Yeah.
money fight.
If he gets this win, it will be the longest winning streak of his career at eight straight wins. And he's doing it quietly. You know what I mean? He's not being talked about like the other top lightweights in that division.
He was supposed to fight Islam Makhachev, and that's the thing that he broke his
Yes.
ankle, and that's the big caveat, man. And he doesn't get the backup slot. They give it to to Volkanovski, man. Like that's like they don't like him. Like they're not giving him that shine.
I'll be honest. I'll
And
be honest.
they
Go
also
ahead. Go ahead. Go
so one more thing, they treat Beneil like they treat my boy Josh Emmett at featherweight.
ahead. Yeah, yo, good shout out to Josh Emmett. That guy needs to get
My
his ass
awesome
back
idea.
in there, give him a title shot or whatever the
Same
fuck.
guy
But
to me.
um what Dariush, oh man, I lost my train of thought. God,
I'm sorry.
fucking damn it. It's all good. The point that you're making right before that, I was gonna go on it, but I completely fucking forgot it. Thank you, THC Pen. I really appreciate your services to my brain today. Last thing I wanted to touch on in regards to this card, lock of the night play. You know, I mean, I think you guys already talked about it in terms of the Carol Hosa and Kyle Bahayo play, right? That would be if you were to give a one quote unquote lock of the night play, your most confident play on the card, parlay or straight. What are you giving the fans? What are you leaving them with?
Oh, Locky, you go. I mean, TB, you going first? I'm going first. He's buffering. I don't know what's happening with him.
I think he's muted, and he looks so
Oopsies.
happy about the
Oopsies.
plays that he's reading, but we
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
hear
yeah.
a word.
So okay, so my
It's Sean
thought is
O'Malley, isn't it? That's your lock of the night.
50
um
unit mega whale.
nah, so I mean for me, I have like a specific
You can pay for my picks at.
nah, no. I have a specific idea because I've talked about, parlaying these two guys together, but whatever. So I split it up like Piotr Jan is definitely the guy that I think is just out here. He's going to be on a vengeance tour.
Yeah.
And if I had to tell you, like, if you wanted to find one singular play that you could get like solid money on, to save a little bit of value, like the Piotr Jan rounds 3 or decision at -150, it saves you from -250 if you're looking to just, or -265, that is.
What's the prop?
Piotr Jan rounds 3 or decision is -150. So you save yourself from the money line of -265. I'm just worried if he finishes him early. So it's like,
Yeah.
do you just want to parlay him to Makachev instead with the money lines? Because that
See,
was what I
that's
was
the play
talking
that
about
I'm
earlier,
asking for. I'm talking about
So,
I'm giving you $500,
yeah.
or at least
So
this
yeah,
is the
there you
play
go.
that the
So,
viewers are going to remember you for.
yep,
You want it to be cash. You want it to be a dub.
there you
Where's
go.
the one? What's
So
the
it's
one?
Piotr. So for me, what I've been thinking I need to convince Guru on for sure, because he got me on the Makachev side. It's the
Yeah.
Piotr Jan and Makachev parlay. And when I was looking at it, it was a +111.
And is Guru hesitant on one of those legs?
No, I like it.
Okay. There you guys go. Expect that play. And I like it. I got to say, I like it. Again, little tiny bit of skepticism on the Piotr Jan side, but if we see him better than -250 come fight time, don't be surprised to see me take a little bit of that juice, because I think that line would be ridiculous. All right. I honestly greatly appreciate you guys. It's 2:13 a.m. on the East Coast right now.
Oh, baby.
Talk about dedication, talk about grinding, talk about putting out content on one of the biggest fight weeks of the year. I'm very happy to have been in the presence of you guys as well. Truly appreciate you guys coming through and doing this one by one. I guess you guys are probably going to plug the same thing, but whoever wants to take the platform and plug whatever you guys want to plug, now is the time, my guys.
But thank you so much for having us, Lock. I really, really appreciate it. My incredible co-host above me, TV Scouting MMA on Twitter, Verdict, Instagram, and Tapology. I am Guru Scouting MMA, Twitter, Verdict, Instagram, and Tapology. Our amazing podcast at Chronic Combat Conversations on Instagram, at Chronic Combat on Twitter. You can find us on Spotify. You can find us on Apple Podcasts. Most importantly, we are on YouTube as well. please go check out our page, like and subscribe. We always are free picks. We got unbelievable guests. We got Lock of the Night on often enough, man. We just had Nate Manus on. We've had Matt Frivola on, Adrian Yanez. We just had Aaron Bronstetter on last week. We're coming on with Brett Appley, next guest we have. I mean,
Hey, OG, let's
we
go.
really don't mess. We've had Dan Tom on. We've had Dan Levy on. We've had Clint Diehard MMA on. We don't mess around when it comes to the guests. We love all the guys in the community. Shout out to everybody else. Lucrative, DFS, MMA, Uncle Weezy. We've had a million guys on there. They're really all the best. So I could just keep naming names. So check us out at Chronic Combat on YouTube as well. Like and subscribe, guys. Thanks
Yeah.
so much for having us on, Lock. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Lock. The last things I'll add, we just got our website up and running, chroniccombat.com. And, check it out. And two, I've been building out a stats database. So make sure you check that out live on our show, because we have proprietary stats and we're going to keep on building it out, because that thing is like 98% complete. We are so close.
Yeah, it's a really, guys, check it out. It's a very special part of our show. The stats are just incredible. You can't get them anywhere else. It's optimized UFCstats.com.
That these guys just doing work out here, and I just wanted to be on the safe side, so I dropped in the live chat a direct link to their channel. So make sure you guys hit that, subscribe as well. I'll be sure to add it to the description below for anybody that watches this on the back end. For myself, I'll catch you guys at 11 a.m. Eastern. I'll be going live with my guy GC, Connor Burks of the MMA Hour. Very much looking forward to that. I've been trying to get my guy on ever since he started over there, but we finally lined it up. And what better of a card to bring my guy on there? So 11 a.m. Eastern. Make sure you guys join me right here. Ceremonials take place in just under 6 hours. 8 a.m. Eastern time is when the ceremonials will kick off.
Oh, wow.
I don't want to wake up at 8 a.m. and fucking do anything. It is fucking 2:15 out here. So I'm going to be sleeping nice and tight around that time. But 11 a.m. Eastern, find me right back here for the Ultimate Win Show. Tyler, Guru, you guys are the fucking bomb. I appreciate you guys coming out and filling the spot and having a good time here. I mean, this 1 hour and 30 minutes flew the fuck by. I think it only took about 50 minutes for all the fighters to weigh in, and we're still talking almost 40 minutes afterwards. But I love it. I truly appreciate you guys.
Thanks so much, man. You're the best. True friend. Thanks so much.
Love you guys. All right, everybody in the chat, love you guys as well. Catch you tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern. We out.